Welcome to Audacity Works, a podcast inspired by and dedicated to the working artist, the creative entrepreneur, and generally, doing the damn thing. This exists on the premise that the world belongs to those who have the audacity to believe that their lives have value. This is for you. Welcome to Audacity Works. I'm your host, Rachel Strickland, and this is episode number 196, and it's going to be extremely short. The reason for that is that I returned home last night from the Irish Aerial Dance Festival. I got in around 6 p.m., and a lot of us were feeling pretty poorly. You know, the immune system gets worn down, germs get shared, and we're like, okay, there's a sore throat, a cold going around. Nope. Took the test this morning. I have COVID. I didn't even have to wait 15 minutes. It was just like, COVID, right out the bat. So I knew that I only had today to record this. For all of you who make this one of your weekly stops, I really appreciate you, and I didn't want to leave you hanging. I also don't have a whole lot of capacity at the moment. And I keep needing to pause this to sneeze. So this will be short, but it does exist. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about group hoop this year, because that's the thing that's been on my mind. If you're not familiar, a group hoop is something that I teach at the Irish Aerial Dance Festival. It's not a class, really. We just take the 2 weeks of the festival to collaborate together and to create a piece. And then we perform that on the last night at the Emmett Ensley Cabaret Night. And it's never been the same twice. Never. And I don't plan it because there's no point in planning it because I haven't met them yet. I think the first time I did this was 2017. Maybe who knows? If I don't know, who knows? I don't. Also, I have half of a brain cell. But this year, last year was a fan favorite with the twerking and the "She's one in a million." Oh, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I can put a link to the piece in the show notes. The patrons got the whole story behind it, as they will again this year. But I was thinking about it for weeks ahead of time, and there was only one idea that I had that I found really compelling, and I was not at all confident that they were going to like it. And it was, there's a poem that I am very fond of about the 9 muses, and I've always wanted to put movement to it and put it on stage. Well, guess how many people signed up for group hoop this year? That's right. It was very exciting. I'm like, oh, who wants to put movement to a poem? Come on. And I pitched it to them the first day, and everyone was into it. So I don't know what I did to deserve such an incredible group of artists who were just so willing to go there and do this and loved poetry. So that first day, I couldn't believe my luck. I'm like, oh my God, we're really going to do this. This is fantastic. We decided to record the poem in our own voices. It took the entire class period, I think it was the first Wednesday, an hour and a half. We were upstairs in this sweltering, we call it the quiet room. It's like a little conference room. No AC, because there's no AC in most places in Ireland. It's a bit redundant most of the time. And they found some nice supportive music to put behind it. And then I spent as many hours as I could editing their recorded voices into one continuous track. And the reason that I wanted to talk about this on the podcast today is, one, it's the only thing I could think of, and I don't have even half a brain cell. And two, for anyone who was there at the IADF, even though a lot of the lines repeated themselves in the recorded track, I just wanted to read the poem. So yeah, basically this is a podcast that's just a poem. So I'll read it to you now. It's called The Daughters of Mnemosene. And I will give you context before I jump into it. Mnemosene is the Greek goddess of memory, and her 9 children were the 9 muses, and they have all very cool and different names. My personal favorite is Polyhymnia. So the title, The Daughters of Mnemosene, means the 9 muses. Begin. We are 9 altogether, and between us tender every invitation imaginable. Call to us by name, and we will answer. Bring dawn to the summer that waits. Reach through the slick red of throats. Seek out and bite open the star of genius hidden there in the heat of you. To become words, a shy movement, or 7 notes of music. Rest in the arc of these fatal arms and endeavor not to die to us, who bear the something you starve for but cannot name, and yet there is nothing to relinquish. You are already conquered. Behind a curving retina, light stirs, elbowing awake. We extract our price, move into you like fog or a shudder. Match our footprints to the soles of your feet. And for that expansive moment, we can hear the rushing surf of blood filling your hollows. Revel in the anguish of bones under gravity, the thin pelt on your limbs lifted by wind. Stay your gratitude. Without this, the truth is, we are damned creatures, condemned for a half-life in these lukewarm bodies. We would wander, adrift over miles of dust and stone, indifferent, skinless, pumping our hearts of vapor. End poem. I hope that you enjoyed it. I am going to, once I get the video, it'll go up on Patreon, of course, as well as the backstage tidbits. But for now, I just wanted to thank my 9 muses, Ayana, Anna, Arson, Jody, Leo, Lydia, Skylar, Tara, and Vanessa. Thank you for doing weird, cool shit with me. It was amazing, and y'all are incredible. And I'm gonna go back to bed now. Yeah. First time ever having to make an episode less than 10 minutes long. Weird. Hope you'll forgive me. Hope you'll come back. But I also know a lot of you personally, and you'd be like, bitch, go to bed. Honestly, go to bed. So I'm gonna go to bed. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. If you have requests for future episodes, I would love to hear them. You can reach me always on Instagram at Rachel Strickland Creative or on Patreon at Rachel Strickland Creative. This podcast is powered by Patreon. I could not do this and lots of other things without the support of my patrons. They are the water that turns the wheel. So thank you so much for your trust and standing with me. All right, my friends, may you be inspired in whatever way feels best to you. And don't go back to sleep.